getting into the game. Casters, press that damn button. You know, I could hear you all yelling in Twitch chat. You know, screw you. I pressed it eventually. Here we are. Game starting, Dion.
Alrighty, Sprout on the CT side as well. Of course, you were mentioning that they get the choice on this map. It kind of does lean in toward Ancient with a bit of the mid control that we might start to be seeing, especially with the changes that came a little bit earlier on this year. But a change nonetheless. Slacks is going to start off things onto Sorcerer in lower tunnels, and there's actually 4 players there from Sprout, so they're going to get a wriggle on over to A.
And with that smoke, they know it's not going to be a mid-B split with the positions there in. So, Spitty, what have you got for us, my friend? Smoke on the front of sight to play around. That's some good coverage. Couple of flashes across as well as Mad Lions look to make their way through, but Spitty, he's just going to be hiding in the smoke, spammed away at. Plenty of Glock bullets to use for Mad Lions. That bomb is going to be planted just in time, and it's all up to Faven, who had a very solid showing on map number 1 of the series, but he got 2 Ts to get past. And JL doesn't want his head knocked off just yet, Borra. Jiggling for the info, but that's going to be a loud damn drop now. And the Ts are fully aware of the situation. Oh, big wrap coming through. Borra gets himself into the position to succeed. Mad Lions taking that first round of D2.
And that was a strategy from Mad Lions as well, you know, sending one player over in toward tunnels, a little bit awkward there for Sorcerer, but for the squadron, that just really lays it down long. You know, they managed to dispatch the players lurking in toward the smoke, being cheeky in there. And then a couple of nice Glock shots in the end makes it very difficult for Sprout to be able to mount that retake. But damage was done, and that does make the purchase a little bit better coming into this second round for them. The aggressive util on the molly. EMB going to be smoking that one out nice and early. Some assistance to come on through as well. And this long control is really going to be another focal point here for Sprout now.
Spitty jiggling. Looking to draw first contact. All of that attention. Slack's able to chime in as well with the scout, and K not going to be spotted in the corner. 3-tap coming through, and that's going to be enough to get some kills on the board, but Mad, they're going to answer with 2. Spitty, spotted and dealt with quickly there at Car. And just like that, Mad back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, you think that maybe the scout could have gotten something done again for Slacks. Really hard done by you, Spitty, there as well. The Galil of all weapons to just spray straight through the car makes it a little bit awkward as Morales can't quite line up the Deeg shot. It is going to be down at 2-5. And once again, Deeg with the Kevlar, the helmet, but no head. No more. It's not going to be protecting the noggin.
Cracked skulls all over the damn long area of D2 here as Mad Lions kick things off nicely. 2 converted rounds already. Looking to make it 3 as Sprout. They got some money there, but Slacks, of course, just wants to save for the AWP into the next, into their first real gun round. And it's just 2 nades purchased. 1 Deeg in the hands of Faven, who's feeling it today. Molly, not going to stop him from pushing, although it will with that jump spot from TMB. Sorcerer looking to thin the numbers here at long. Just going to be Riflers dreaming.
Yeah, patting some stats again. 6 and 1 for the moment. Of course, it is just these USPs, as we do know for Sprout. Attempt at long. They have the remainder of their forces lurking around A as well, but it really is going to be for them when they do get that first purchase up. You know, the AWP for Slacks in the 4th round should be able to lock down maybe long if he wants to go back challenge there. Could even go for a bit of that mid challenge peak. You know, it is still these Galils for Mad Lions and AKs. They don't have the distance game yet covered with an AWP of their own.
There's long smokes coming through. One a little bit too deep there on the corner. Hasn't quite hit the intended position, and that's going to leave that gap for the CTs to play through. However, just the P shooters in hand for Sprout, so not too much damage done at all. All 5 surviving for Mad Lions, looking to stabilize the economy nice and early on here in D2, map 2 of the series. And a 3-round lead to start. Not too bad.
There's that up for Slacks. I want to see what sort of potency he is going to bring on this CT side here. The good first test is going to be the gun round out for the CTs as well. So Mad Lions. Going to see how they fare on the C side. It's a bit of the short take for them nice and early on. They did manage to get Warrior 2K out towards long. It's going to be onto Slacks now, who's not expecting this short aggression whatsoever. It's just going to be K down in the pit as well, taken out. And this is just Mad Lions opening that door wide open.
Yeah, I think Slacks didn't actually notice he was out in the open, was trying to just lob a couple of flashes to help out his teammate there at long. However, caught with his pants down. And you never want that. It's embarrassing, Dion. Rals still looking for his first kill, as is Farvin. So slow start for Sprout. Spitty as well. It's only Slacks and K so far. Get any kills on the board. You hate to see that one. Faven kicking himself, but it doesn't seem like JL's actually heard that. He's just continued on his adventure in through upper.
It's always one of those cursed things as well, the Molotovs. When they meet their end, they always spread just that little bit further, and it still plagues players these days. But hey, 5 alive for Mad Lions going into the next round. This is the best maximization of the utility of. Get that cheeky little cowboy hat propped straight up onto Sorcel's face there as well. So a bit of yeehaw in here for Mad Lions on this T side. It's not quite high noon somewhere in the world. That was 10 minutes ago. But for Mad Lions, they're certainly getting their quick draws working here. Another gun round for them. Going to be meeting a force-up of Sprout actually deciding to go keep about 2K in the bank. Rail's going a little bit lower than that. We are going to see. They can give a ripe old challenge in this one.
Well, ooh. Dangerous cross there from Sorcel, but he will get back to safe pastures. Mad Lions just with that uppers control. Looking to go for that late mid pincer. 2-man short set up for Sprout though. Good position for them to deny any lowers control, and that's exactly what you're going to see on your screen. Just Spitty it long. That USP, and the molly of all things.
That's the indicator on the back of that one pick from Favor, and that there is at least a purchase to come through from Sprout in this round. So it will force Mad Lions to change up their approach. Good start for Woe with the AWP in this round as well. He's getting certainly aggressive. Now through towards mid, the cover of the smoke. Faven in close proximity, but it's not going to go the T's way, unfortunately. And with Faven finding 2, makes things a little bit more awkward for Mad Lions from here. JL can't get the frag when the scout had found that tag. Now it is the player deficit for Mad Lions here. K on the back of the fading smoke, but taken out quite quickly.
Ooh, Spitty. Sharp one through the doors. Just strafing and connecting with the wall bang. Looking to stop that cross at long, but Borup can't finish him. We will be in a position to win the round here. Open plant as well, but Ral's looking to come in and just trade Spitty. Ooh. Whoa, jumping up Borup. He's going to be spotted, and things are getting dicey, but Borup goes forward. Big flash sets him up for success. Spitty looking for the jump shot. It's not going to work, and Borup wins that 1-on-2 to keep Dust2 looking clean for Mad Lions.
Some big old damage to come through for Sprout in the round, but Borup making things a little bit better for himself as well, specifically with that open plant. But Sprout, you know, they flashed themselves in that engagement first, and then you see Borup throw his flash. It completely catches them, and then it's just a formality from there with that A1S able to finalize them in the end. But now we get into a bit more meat and potatoes into the mains of this one. The double orb is here for Sprout, but as soon as it blossoms, it's picked apart.
Well, look, I'm Irish. I love potatoes. But K, he might just not look like one here. Much better than a potato. Some would say a sweet potato. Better for your skin. Now, falling back with the equalizer, I'm sure Sprout are very happy with this position that they're in, but Mad still going to be favoured with this 4-on-4. All grouped up here as well. Not going to go for that late long control. Slack's very deep positioning there on A, giving Mad Lions a whole lot of space to work with.
Yeah, they're making sure that Sprout isn't up towards this top of mid area as well. Seeing K already pushed up there a little bit before. He will look to retreat, so it's a little bit of that util brought on out. It's a great spotting out from Speedy too. Manages to find JL. The flash on over to assist K for some peeking. Sprout don't necessarily need to stay toward the mid-crawl either. They've still got this player advantage. The bomb at top mid, that gets taken down. And that just throws a stone in this pond that Mad Lions are looking to keep nice and clear, nice and clean. No ripples to be seen. Sorcel, he sees the flash. He manages to find one. Bomb still top mid though.
Okay, a little bit too thick. Bum poking around the corner there. Now, hinge smoke will come through. And Mad not committing to that short jump. Making a bit of noise down towards lower dark with 20 seconds on the trot. Beautifully timed flash to slot Riles back into the back of sight, but the man, he's not got a kill on the board yet, so you can tell he's a little nervous. However, the molly, it's enough to slow them down, and it's Spitty to pick up 2 kills. So Riles was just an ultimate distraction at the end of the day, and Sprout, first round on the board.
And they just narrowly managed to pick up that secondary AWP as well, moving into the second one here. So a costly investment, but make sure you carry it over into the next round, and you can set yourselves up a recipe for success. That's what they're wanting here to try and close out the series, to go at it again. Mad Lions. See what sort of changes they are going to be bringing into this round. The standard molly down toward the mid doors as well, but the utility finally from Sprout is looking to push him back, but again, smokes, flashes, they do not matter in this game.
Certainly seems that way. 2 fully blinded kills already, one of which was just straight through the smoke as well. So big plays coming out both sides. Great reads being made. And Mad Lions, again in this 4-on-4. You'd give the round to them already, but they still need to make it work. TMB just going to be juggling that util. Happy to be the first in with that AK. Looking to try to take the line so Warrow can trade. Prog smoke through. Only to CT2. Couple of flashes as well, but Slack's able to play around it to boost over to the top. And no one on a site for Sprout. They're just looking to hold that long control, play up for the retake. Ooh, slow peek. Going to be spotted by Slacks first. And Warrow not going to be able to connect in time. Sprout starting to fire up just when it's needed. I think the bomb would have been spotted on the map there as well. Sorcel last alive. And Sprout, they're going to scurry to make this round work. There it is.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful to come through from the AWP of Slacks. Of course, when you're like Warrior there and you're crouching, your behind does stick out a little bit, unfortunately, with that left eye peak. So some pretty quick shots to come out in the end there, as Sprout will manage to capitalize on another round. Slacks with the 3-peat in the end of that one, making it look quite nice and stellar indeed. And this is the territory that Sprout were needing to find themselves in, a little starting on building their own economy. It's Farben this time to take up the mantle of the secondary AWP, immediately taking out Warrow. There's more aggression from him as well. Straight down through the mid doors, not shouldered out just yet. Make sure the utils here flash through. Actually, thought that might have hit there.
He's somehow just thrown that one in between the sticks, it seems. Oh, Speedy over the top as well. Things going from bad to worse now. Mad with a very solid start to the map, but Sprout starting to figure out all the intricacies, get their way back in. However, round's not done just yet. JL on the line, but Faven with that secondary AWP is just going to happily slow peek the mans. And he hits the trigger first. Of course, this is online CS still, which means that Peek's advantage is still there in some form or another, but it's a perfectly timed flash from K, and it's going to lock down yet another round to put 3 on the board for Sprout. But the main thing here is Dion, 5 alive at the end.
I mentioned online CS, but everyone's still on the same servers, still all around Europe as well, which is always great to see. Get some fist bumps up in there, pump up the atmosphere. But for Sprout, I mean, in that round, that's absolutely what you want. Everybody alive at the end of it. The consistency now starting to come up as well from Faven, even on the secondary AWP line. You got the beautiful flash and the beautiful teamwork starting to really mesh as well on this CT side after a bit of a rocky start for them. You know, when you're 0-5 down, things can sometimes start to feel like they're just getting away from you. You talk about how many rounds Mad Lions would need to make it feel like a successful half on this T side as well. And 5 is probably not it at the moment. So there definitely is, you know, that room for both teams to still, you know, find a really good half here. But for this one, no money for Mad Lions side. They just take that little tack time out there to get everything in order. And just on the back of really the full eco, a P250 there for sure, and a flashbang, they're going to see what they can do. But this is definitely the round for Sprout to draw things one step closer. Yeah, beautiful pop flash to force that off the line. However, it's just a couple of default pistols, a few P250s in the mix, and you know that means not much mixing going on, not much damage at all really coming from Mad. TMB falling eventually. It's all just in a day's work there. Sprout, you can see a couple of smiles on the cameras, so they're feeling pretty good about this one. 4-5 now. And again with 5 alive, this is key.
the more rounds where they get 4 to 5 alive that they can get on in a row means the end of the half gets that much easier because Mad Lions, they're going to start to work up that round loss bonus. They're going to be starting to chip away at Sprout's economy at some point, but the more buys that Sprout can get on the board means the easier this half looks.
Yeah, you can see the Warriors keeping crouched at the moment, ready to pop up his head to see if he could find Faven, but timing is a bit more beneficial for both sides. Keep all 5 alive for Mad Lions in the very beginning. They've been plagued with losing players very rapidly in the past couple of rounds. It's going to be back toward this long control for Sprout at the moment, however. Have a smoke to go down will allow Speedy to get crept up nice and close. That's also going to be K starting to fall back toward the site, so potentially leave Speedy on an island by himself. Doesn't have the right materials to kind of fill it out either. No util there.
And a patient game now. Ooh, Faven. Missed himself a sitter, slow peek into him. His aim must have been trained somewhere else, so looks like it could have been a flick. Either way, didn't get to see it from his POV. Flash in, K. At least get some info. And this short control, which is going to be so damn crucial. However, here in this position, it's going to be so hard to see anyone down in lowers. It's dark there, which means those models not quite easy to spot. TMB quite close. Sorcerer, oh, crabbing at the top of mid. There's some damage, but he believes he's heard someone close to Xbox as well.
30 seconds on the clock as well. Mad Lions really need to get a wriggle on. They start to entry in toward the B site. Rail's a bit of an off angle at this point in time, tucked in toward the fence. You got Faven with that AWP. Moved on over towards mid as well. Rail's now revealing himself. A little bit of a solo pop flash play to see if he can get something else situated in this round. But time, there's only 10 seconds to go in toward this one. It's almost impossible for Mad Lions. It's a team kill to come through as well. 5 seconds. Get out of there. Don't die after the timer. See if you can do something again in the next round, because this one's not yours. Sprout, tie it up.
Look at that. Rao's playing his role perfectly. Finally managed to crack the egg and get his first kill on the board. Not only that, even with the molly, all he really had to do was survive for as long as possible. He knew how little time was on the clock. And with his teammate there as well, AWPing across the top, I think that one was Slacks. Maybe it was Faven. Either way, whoever it was, just had to be there. Just had to let Mad Lions know that there was no time to cross the site and plant and deal with another CT as well. And it's brought the game to even pickings. Now, here at long, let's see what JL can do. Oh, good counter util coming through. Just to force him off the line and allow Spitty into pit.
Big gap in that smoke there that could have been exploited nicely. It is going to be the pop-up from Warro, though, to start off the affairs. Slacks finding TMB immediately in return. But now look who's here with the AWP once more. It's Warro. Straight shooting down through mid. As JL gets up through short, manages to find Speedy. A lot of pressure now on K's shoulders, but with this util coming down, we can see, of course, from our armchair position, it does get a little bit silent around that A site for him. It's early stages, though, and Sprout at a disadvantageous position. They're going to have to cut some corners to try and secure this round.
Let's see which corners they are. There's not too many corners coming up long. It's just a straight sprint straight up towards that A site. However, K able to connect onto one. In through the smoke. Speaking of smoke pushes, Warro going straight through. Hits him with the no scope of all things. It's comical, and it's just going to be this orb battle trying to find something in before the smokes fade. But Warro sneaks back to long. Bomb planted for Plat now, and Sorcel just has to fight for himself here on site, and he will. Over the top of the short box, his leg spotted from Warro, and Slack's now stuck in here at Elevator. Over the top, he's brought it back to the one-on-one, and spots it, connects straight through the car, pulls out the secondary. Warro unable to hit another no-scope. Over the top, Slacks gets it. What a one-on-two coming out from Sprout.
What an interesting round as well, to come around the smoke. I feel like everything happening with vision, without vision in this. A couple of kills in the beginnings of the round for sure, but everything around the A site just entices so many cool, weird obstacles as well. The leg shot to come out, the sidearm. Warrior had so many opportunities there to try and close out the round. I was also noticing there was an AK on the floor that Slacks potentially could have picked up, but the man's just a weapon with that AWP. Just give him that and he will definitely shine on through. Again, topping it out for the team. He's brought over everything from the previous map, and it's just delivering in spades.
A huge round from him as well. 4 kills, damage from all of them pretty much his own, and 100 and something ADR at this point. 11 rounds in, heading into the 12th. Sprout find that lead after a nice little comeback. Mad Lions obviously only found 5 at the start in a row and then haven't seen anything for 6. So they've got that max round loss bonus, got that bomb plant down, so they have money for days, rifles in hand for everyone, and a good amount of util too. Ooh. Spawns though, not going to enable that long push to come through. Speaking of pushing, it's favored in through lower dark. Him and Spitty able to crack things open. Slacks as well over the top of mid. And it looks like Mad Lions trying to speed things up over towards B. Leg comes through the concrete, so TMB gets knocked down to half. Just waiting for that flash to come through at gate, giving an extra bit of space to play with. Molly, though, there at double stack. It's been read well by Sprout.
2 AWPs into one of the most troublesome sites in Counter-Strike to retake. Doesn't bode well, so Speedy gets over onto the A1S, and he's going to be on that lurk through towards tunnels. Time ticking away in that regard. Slacks is just going to reposition himself as well, but a lot of this almost feels like it is on Speedy's shoulders. TMB in the perfect position under window as well to try and offset this. So Mad, a recipe for success. Speedy can't quite finish off the frag. JL finds Slacks, and now for Speedy, this 1-on-2 with the time really against him. Works well for the first one, but the smoke that's thrown by JL really does assist TMB. He's jumping over him at the moment. A tap on the bomb to bring him in, but he loses the duel. A close one for Mad Lions. Around nonetheless. They take nothing with it, though.
Spitty going to be absolutely kicking himself that he didn't finish off the kill. He spammed him with 2. Knew he was somewhat low, but he thought that there was a headshot in there. Crosshair looked good, to be honest, so you can't really blame the man. He got a bit too ahead of himself, and unfortunately, his teammate didn't do too much on the way back in. Slacks couldn't find much more. It's all tied up here. Going into the 13th, Sprout still have money for a buy here, maybe one there, but I guess we will see Borup trying to close that distance. Big flashes allowing him to create a huge amount of space, but Spitty wants some redemption for the previous. Has to go for the reload K here to trade, but so is Sorcel. Able to get himself that upgrade as well, and the man advantage is there for Matt.
And Slacks is tempting fire at the moment as well. It's going to be an audio cue off the back of the smoke impact. Him and Riles holding each other's hands. 20. The clock still to play with as well right now. Mad really just going to stop here. Slow it down, apply the brakes. Sorcel with that scout. Gets a bit of a tag up. And what's happening here? They're running straight in for it. It doesn't matter in the end because they managed to find the frags to close out the round. It's the 7th for Mad Lions. It doesn't reset the economy of Sprout just yet, though.
Great movement. You could see the setup ready for that delivery service. They knew that Sprout had to make the first move with the numbers disadvantage. They were hunting. They were looking for some form of info. Reconnaissance mission at long, and they found all 3 Ts. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on them, and Mads played that one perfectly to start to find some more pace here. 7th on the board, and they're looking for the majority. A 9-6 half still on the cards for them.
Oh, you saw that Molotov thrown down toward deeper mid. K and Farvin, they're just going straight through that in toward lower tunnels, so a little bit squishy. You flip it over, the A1Ss could take them out in one shot. I think the Lil's now going to be viable for Borup in that regard. But a much slower start to this round for Mad, seeing if they can get a little bit of this territory control out in the mid. But you flip your eyes up into the radar, things don't deceive you. Warrior is already out long, straight onto the other side of the plat as well. It's a little bit unfortunate he's not the one with the AWP, because that could be pretty potent right now, but Mad Lions, that is definitely something they can rely upon come later in the rounds. JL manages to find K with some awkward bullets, missing the mark. Speedies do not. Now it's this 2-player advantage for Sprout. Speedy is, of course, locked down behind Xbox. TMB, how long does he wait here for this frag?
That's the thing, jump peeking for the info. Spitty, see if he's going to be able to get out. Flash as well as a smoke, all invested in Spitty. Waits for the shot. As he's got a small window to exit, and he will. TMB just clearing out everything. Also waiting for Borup to be closer before going for the aggression. Borup hits that, and Slacks going to be kicking himself. Now that is going to be the 3-on-2 Sprout. You got Riles just with that 5-7 who's going for a big rotation across. He's been spotted though, and you don't want to be re-peeking TMB. So safe plant comes through for Mad Lions. The time against them, and so is Spitty. Man's looking to go forward now. He wants to find a trade, but it's dangerous. TMB over the top, and Spitty close. Finds one out in the open. Borup can't finish what he started, and it's going to be 7 on the board. Nice and even going into the final round of the half.
Yeah, it's Speedy feeling like he's got some skates on his feet there as well. The Slippery Serpent getting away with 4 frags in the end. He'll retrieve the AWP as well, but we move over into the last round of this half, and there will be a bit of a purchase to come through for both sides, but that round really impacting how this one is going to turn out. Remember, that was a 2 versus 4 situation. The Mad Lions really looked like they were being able to bring that one back. The safe plan as well to try and defend, but Sprout just already there, ripe and ready for the trades to come on through. And again, it is going to be this lower play from Faven. Cops a lot of damage this time. Now, they have pushed here a lot. It's also ready for it.
Goes for that wide swing, has the second man close as well. So, nice movement. However, wasn't really needed. Sorcel did it all himself regardless. And Faven, a dangerous play from him. Hasn't paid off this time. CFK here at top mid is going to get all the information that Sprout would like. But the bomb, a late rotation. And a retake situation for the top of mid. Oh, beautifully timed by K, who will scurry away into bedroom. Mad. They're going to have to invest so much time to clear out top mid.
How sneaky would it be for him to stay in bedroom right now as well? The immediate reposition from top mid. Usually you'd think they'd fall back. Likewise of a cat scenario. You do actually have JL in lowers that would have caught the timing. So it should be relatively here that Mad Lions know that K's there. The shadow advantage. He finds one. Now the task is to try and book it out of here.
Somehow survives here with JL hot on his heels, close range. He's just trying to let that time tick down. And JL's position's known as well as that bomb. Woro not going to be able to escape this time. It's up to Sorcel, who's got the first kill of the round, but he's got 3 more he has to find. And 30 seconds on the clock, but Slacks cuts him off with the pass. And it's going to be 8-7 at the half. interesting first half out of Sprout, who will lead into the second. However, how are they going to do here on the T side? Mad Lions, it's their map pick, and you better believe they are up and ready to get things kicking here in the second half. On the CT side, let's see where they head. No lowers push coming out. It's just a 3-2 split so far.
Yeah, well, straight out in towards long for Sprout, getting the Mad Lion vibes that we did see in the very first pistol. No one going to be taking the challenge. It's only Sorcel on the side itself, getting a little bit of spotting out. Could be very beneficial for Sprout to just try and overwhelm. I mean, Mad Lions are really starting to push elsewhere on the map over towards mid. There's the info for Sorcel. That's going to bring TMB back over.
5 at long. Really putting all their eggs in one basket here for Sprout, and the smokes are out. Pushing through, smoke on site. Goes in through the smoke, but he's going to whiff a couple of shots there. Couldn't finish what he started, then it's going to go back to the 4-on-4 for the moment. Ral's so damn low, but it's going to be a little bit of coverage coming through. Faven going to be hiding there in the smoke. Knives out, TMB just going to be cutting him off at the pass. Awkward. Passing one another there in the smoke, and look, that bomb was planted safely. Mad tapping away, but K, ooh, not today, mate.
1 HP, it would have been a dream to come on through. In that regard, it's going to be the tied up scoreline, 8 AP, 3 surviving for the pistol. For Mad Lions, I mean, that's kind of the dream. You know, you're coming in your own map pick right now. You find the pistol on the CT half. Jury's out on still which side of this map kind of favors towards. I still think it's a bit over towards CT, but we've seen these teams really favoring the T side throughout the history. So we're going to see that force up for Sprout right now. The scout there for Slacks is going to go, hang on. Warrior has an AWP in the second round. Yeah, man's nuts. So, had plenty of cash on TMB, who said, you know what, yeah, take this, friend. And be very happy with that one. JL, ooh, holds the line. Nice positioning, however, he's only good for a single. The AK is starting to cause a bit of chaos. A little bit of mayhem here for Mad, and the CT's thinned out already. Warro, this man is not going to want to go for the retake with that AWP. Not on the B site, but he's thinking about it. Peeking in towards window, covers there, and no head for Warro. No chance to shoot. Faven's on for the ace right now as well, single-handedly ripping Mad Lions apart. I was noticing that Riles was waiting outside tunnels just to make sure there was no sneaky lurks to come on through on that retake. And for Sorcel, I mean, he kind of just has to book it. It's really awkward for him as well because he can't retrieve that AWP. Such a hefty investment, especially in the second round of the half. My word, but that's retrieved for Sprout. That's going to go into the hands of Slacks, and Sorcel is going to reposition himself.
Yeah, he realizes that the T's are probably going to get every hand they can on that AWP.
It's the ace.
But at long range, Sorcel not going to be able to make that one work. But a huge round coming out from Faven. 5 on the board for himself in that round. Really putting the team on his back.
Yeah, well, I hate to point it out, Riles is the one in the backpack right now on the side of Sprout.
I think we pointed it out a couple of times. This man is not having a good day at the office. Something's going wrong. But either way, Sprout currently still in the lead. Spitty, 20 and 10. Faven, 14 and 11. Slacks as well, hitting a couple of shots there. K, not too bad either. I've seen a lot of impact coming out of K, even though he is negative. So you can't really just look at that KD. Now, Mad Lions, on the other hand, Warro. A little bit slower here on map 2. He had a very spectacular first map, however. Didn't get Ancient across the line for them. JL, definitely impressing me, and Sorcel as well. A couple of sharp entries in that first half, but they need to get a few more rounds on the board here. I don't think this is going to be the round to do it, though, Dion.
No, we'll have to wait and see, of course, because if there's any region that we know pistols are potent in, it's probably OCE. We've seen the amount of shenanigans that does come out in that regard. It's going to be the 4-player stack onto the B site for Mad Lions as well, but Sorcel's already been taken down relatively low. Everyone to regroup in towards mid. For Sprout, it is just going to be this climb outside toward a long. Taking their time. They don't need to walk. They don't want to walk in towards the stack. That is for sure.
Thing is, Spitting up against some pistols. He also doesn't want to walk into upper dark, so
yeah.
Hasn't been able to find any of that information yet. Mad still staying silent. Not going to make this stack work. They're going to be boosting up here at Trash. 4 players up on Cat from here.
Yeah, it's cheeky from Mad. Staying silent on the site would not be that bad idea. Look how close Sprout already is. It's a flash on through, and here comes a little bit of the carnage. It's collected, though. It's collated in for a nice round from Sprout into the end. It's 1 frag to come through from JL, but that is going to be all she wrote with the purchase to come in from Mad Lions there as well, Mac. That does mean they're on an eco here to make sure they have that purchase in the next round.
I think it was Slacks that lobbed that flash over the top. Man has to be MVP. No cross smokes. Not letting Mad Lions have a second to think, second to reposition, and they couldn't play off one another because they couldn't see a damn thing or had any idea what was going on. Everyone was just getting their heads taken off while fully blind. Well played, great util, and a great round from Sprout. Keeping 4 alive at the end, which is more than enough. TMB just going to be tagged in through the wall. But again, Mad not bringing too much here into round 19.
Oh, well, they're all going to run out in towards mid right now. And for K, that can be some nice money, man, to collect some great dollars. Flax and Farben are going to take a couple there. Rails for another one in the round. And it'll be all closed out. Yeah, clean again to come through from Sprout. You'll take a round like that. But this is where we need to see the source be brought from Mad Lions. This is where we need to see them start to really build up, because if they don't, that's elimination. I mean, you look at the kind of trajectory that they have been led to right now, the drop against Extra Salt, it feels like they've just been dealt difficulties, you know, against the opponents. Kind of even a little bit before that. I mean, you look at that LDLC game, they were even dropping a little bit in that one.
Yeah, I guess, look, they have come into the tournament as one of the heavy favorites, one of the highest ranked teams, and most of the time they look like that. Somehow the scores just aren't reflecting it. So many clutches won by other teams, Sprout really playing spoiler. And as you mentioned as well, the only team remaining from that first round of the lower bracket after losing their initial game. So they could be, you know, the silent team to make the lower bracket run a reality. It'd be a real Cinderella story. We tried to play it up for Eternal Fire, but they're already out of here. And Sprout, well, they're playing out of their damn minds at the moment.
Yeah, well, let's see if they can keep the brains in the head and not on the floor, because out through long, it makes it a little bit awkward. Sorcel will be starting it off to collect upon 2. That can just be the fallback from Mad Lions right now. Some more util will bully Faven back. And for Sprout, they kind of hold no real territory around the map. Hayes pushed through tunnels. Slacks is going to try and open up an opportunity in through toward mid to B, but TMB's here. He gets taken out nicely.
Nice couple of frags coming straight back for Sprout. However, Mad has Bar up there to trade. Man's going to be isolated, though, and in the 2-on-1, it might not favour him, but over the top of the double stack there, it's looking pretty damn dangerous for Sprout. They're just trying to navigate their way in, and Slacks swings the wand around and creates a little bit of magic just in the nick of time. But that bomb being planted, that's an opening for Mad to make their way back in, and Faven's got no gun in hand to play with, so it's going to be a well-timed push from Warrow. Pick up 2 kills and another round coming through from Mad Lions.
I heard the echo of the AWP, and they were pretty much hugging each other at those B doors. I thought it was going to go the Sprout way, but unfortunately, it has been cut down to size. A round for Mad Lions. They were sorely needing one. So it brings it back in, you know, close toward that kind of reset territory towards Sprout. They still will position themselves nicely for a bye, regardless of how things turn out in this one. But that damage that was still delivered in the previous round, I mean, Borup's got a Famus here. Warrow at least does have that AWP to try and lock down an angle. It's going to be back toward this little on control for Mad Lions. You sort of 3-1-1 or your 2-1-1-1 with the short control to come out here as well for TMB.
Mate, I know you're a coder, but you got to stop saying 1, please. You know, you got your 1s, your 0s. Just it's a lot of stuff. All right, it's different language than I'm used to talking, speaking, bloody hand sign languaging. Either way, we got Mad in a horrible position. If they lose here, then the round loss bonus is also lost from winning the previous, and it just gets real damn awkward. However, Sprout, they're just sending it straight through mid. A nice setup here on A to deal with it. Sorcel farming up a Storm, but he might not have a chance. 25 HP to play with, Slacks down to 3, but he's still able to fight because he's got that AWP in hand. but also a whole lot of util he's not going to want to drop.
Yeah, and of course for Mad as well, he doesn't actually know if they've got any util that they can throw his direction.
Oh!
Faven still wins the duel against JL when he was pulling out his mid to B smoke. Meanwhile, you've blinked and two other members of the Mad Lions squad have gone down. Warro now feeling the pressure over toward the ramp. Sorcel here to try and get some assistance, but Sprout, they realize that those are the two remaining players. They're booking it to B.
Spitty looking to control these rotations. More damage onto Warro, but the sneak comes around through A. And there might be a chance here, Sorcel. He's going to back himself regardless because the bomb has not gone down just yet. Slacks just needs to hit one crucial shot to stop this rotation through. Jump over the line, but Slacks able to hit those ones regardless. Ready for him to make his way through. And that is going to be 12 for Sprout. But again, I mentioned it just before, Dion. Have a look at the cash there for Mad Lions. They've still got 2,400 for this round. 2,900 in the next, but still nowhere near that max loss. And on the CT side, they want to stabilize as early as they can. If they save right here, right now, they'll have a nice buy into the next. So that is the call.
At best, it would be some light pistols right now. It still is that. 4 USPs, a single Deeg to come out there from Sorcel. It will position them, get that proper purchase in the next round. But again, we've seen so many occurrences like this already in this half. Mad Lions have just been with pistols. Sprout have been able to contain them quite nicely, only really dropping that one player from memory. So, I mean, the odds are in still, especially Sprout's favor, as they just take it slowly. You know, they've really been liking their choice of going into these anti-eco rounds really slow. You know, they've already got that idea. They shut down the previous round of Mad Lions. They know that that was already on the edge of the purchase because they see that Famis as well. And coming in toward this one, a little bit of something in seeing the bodies up on the A site. But again, they're just making sure they're keeping it nice and slow.
Oh, TMB caught jumping up onto that catwalk. It's a little awkward for the man Sorcel, dodging a whole lot of bullets, and he's the only man with the deagle, so we'll find one Deeg to hit so far. Oh, almost a couple more on the menu. It's frustrating for him that he couldn't quite land those bullets, but again, it's a beautiful round out of Sprout. 3 away from winning the series and going all the way into that lower bracket final, which will be the final match tomorrow. But they're not there just yet. Step by step, they're going to have to take.
And of course, not to mention Mad Lions, the highest rated essential team in the conference. Such a statement if Sprout are able to knock them out on that Cinderella run. If they do knock Mad Lions out, they probably should win the whole thing, to be honest with you. You're pointing out there that double-loaded AWPs are here for Mad. Dire times require dire strategies to come on out. It's going to be the B pop immediately for Sprout. Rolling down to 9 HP. The opportune line for JL with one of those AWPs smoked off. Now the cavalry arrives.
And like, what a call from Sprout as well. They don't even know that it's that double orb setup. A TMB going to be smashed his way in towards the car. Just in time, Speedy. Not going to be able to react to TMB, but Faven's here, and he's still kicking. Man, has been playing out of his mind so far on D2. And as the smoke fades, oh, he hasn't cleared the scaff, but there's one more smoke to go around. And underneath Warro, he's going to lurk. K just needs to survive while all this is going on. Warro has an idea, and there it is. It's the round found by Sprout. It was messy for everyone, but K lets out a nice little grin.
Mad Lions were looking to be the menace around that side as well. TMB just waltzes straight in towards them, catches them with their pants down, but apparently they've got the belt ready to just tie it straight back up, and Mad Lions aren't able to pull it back down. They just crumble in the end there. Unfortunately, the 2 versus 2 can go either way around Warro. He had the idea that the lurk was in that smoke, but it does just get the better of him. Now it's that 14th round found for Sprout. 1 away from at least securing overtime. There is JL falling first. Speedy even saw a little bit extra utility, so he knows there's more CTs here. And the rest of the boys are going to be around him. It's a beautiful scout shot to come through from TMB. Straight to the face. But I mean, the guns, they are still better in Sprout's hands.
Sharp little upwards flick to make that one happen. Great mechanics displayed. And off the back of it, Mad going to put some pressure elsewhere. Thinking that Sprout are trying to navigate away from that scout, but they are going to walk straight back into this stack at mid. 3 players here, technically. TMB should be able to swing at mid doors at some point. The Xbox smoke is going to ruin his line. Spotted. Rails now. Info on 2 of the Mad Lions players. They're going to push it regardless, knowing that it's probably just a couple of pistols, but these deagles could be dangerous. TMB can't see a thing, and the smoke should fade shortly.
Yeah, it's risky for even Sprout right now to run up through towards short, especially with the pistols. Starting to find a little bit of some kills. There's guns on the floor that Warrior can pick up here as well, but that USP is still the weapon in possession. The Deagle brought on through for the reload as well. It's going to be the settling on for Mad Lions right now. They don't have any kits, so if they do choose to go for this one, they've only got that 30 seconds. A couple of that has already ticked away. It might even just be on their best interest to take these AKs and try to play for OT. I mean, they've got to bully in past Speedy's AWP, Faven on the AK. It's an open plant as well. It's really difficult for them right now. The creep on in toward the site. Faven in the smoke as well. And Mac, just that time, it's already ticking away way too fast. Speedy finds TMB. And now they know where Warro is. It's a missed shot for sure, but Warro's still going to maybe go down with the ship. It's Faven to solidify it. It's 15 for Sprouts.
Mate, I'll tell you, all I saw there was Warro overconfident, thought that he could have saved the day for Mad. He didn't take the path of resistance to save those AKs. However, they are going to back themselves again. They've got that max round loss bonus worked back up again, which is better late than never. So they've at least got 2 AWPs to play with. But again, let's see where Sprout decide to go. Bomb already over towards Upper Dark. A bit of smoke going to be thrown. Trying to show Mad Lions that they're thinking about going towards a long, and Mad don't take it either, so they're denied so much info.
Yeah, just that one smoke has already brought out such a shift in Mad Lions' defenses right now, and unfortunately for that, we're straight out in towards B for Sprout. They have completely bamboozled Mad Lions. JL at least good for 1, but immediately shut down. Player advantage, a second in so with Faven finding Warro 2K, and it is just looking grim. The lurk up top mid from Speedy, if required. Sorcel, he gets taken down in the site, and now it's onto TMB, caught with util in his hand. It's 16-9 here for Sprout. They knock Mad Lions out of the EPL conference and they book their ticket into group stages. Not yet, actually. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to send it over toward the desk to see how they think this one all played out. Stay tuned.